Report, Travis Kelce, definitely a target for NFL broadcasters, would command 8 figures. Kelce would enter NFL broadcasting at a moment when the industry is already incredibly loaded with recently retired stars, but his charisma and fame could vault him ahead of many of his contemporaries. We won't see the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL playoffs this year, with the franchise at an inflection point that could also mean that legendary tight end Travis Kelce finally hangs up his cleats and heads into retirement. Kelce has not specifically decided one way or another about his future, but his brother Jason kept the door open during a recent segment on ESPN's Monday Night Countdown. Meanwhile, Fox's Rob Gronkowski recently warned Kelce not to make the decision too quickly. Ultimately, Kelce is facing the possibility of a 2026 season in Kansas City minus Patrick Mahomes, and he and his representatives have made no secret of their plans for a big media career whenever Kelce is done playing. These forces could combine to pull Kelce into his next chapter this offseason, and the market for his talents is already coming together. In an episode of his Marchand Sports Media podcast released on Black Monday, following the end of the NFL regular season, The Athletic's Andrew Marchand reported that Kelce is expected to be a top candidate for openings in the broadcast booth and will command a hefty salary. "I think Travis Kelce is one who, if he retires, definitely could do TV," Marchand said of Kelce. "I think he wants to do games, so that's one to watch." Kelce co-hosts New Heights, one of the top sports podcasts in the country, with his brother. He also has appeared in television and film cameos and hosted the Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Reboot for Prime Video. Fans may not often hear Kelce break down the granular elements of a football game, but it sounds as if that's where his interests lie as he potentially entertains talks with broadcast networks. And according to Marchand, he will have very particular expectations of his next employer. "He's a guy who is only going to take a no, one job to me," Marchand said of Kelce. "He's going to get anywhere from 10 to 20 million, because he's Travis Kelce." Elsewhere in the NFL, two longtime stalwart AFC North coaches could also join the media in John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin. After a surprise return to the football field, Philip Rivers recently told Kay Adams he may entertain networks pursuing him as an announcer as well. Of course, many active NFL broadcasters also would want any top job that came open. Few can match Kelce's level of fame as a part of Kansas City's dynasty and fiancé to musician Taylor Swift, but boast far more experience than him on air. That list includes Greg Olsen, J.J. Watt, Drew Brees, Dan Orlovsky, and Robert Griffin-Aya, to name a few. But a bid for Kelce would hardly be the first time a sports broadcast network went after a retiring star who cut the line. In recent years, Brees, CBS' Tony Romo, and Fox's Tom Brady have done exactly this. Kelce's brother Jason also vaulted to MNC in his first year at ESPN. When smart, entertaining players retire, they'd often have their pick of opportunities. Though NFL broadcasting is already incredibly loaded right now, Kelce's possible retirement could make the NFL media marketplace even busier this offseason.